Space program Whistleblower claims that humans are on Mars since the 1970s. A secret space program whistleblower claims humans have been traveling to Mars for decades. This is by Myth and Mystery on Collective Spark. A secret space program whistleblower claims humans have been traveling to Mars for decades. Interestingly, many former NASA employees and military officials have come forward speaking about the existence of a secretive space program and technology that goes far beyond what society knows. According to Senator Daniel K. Inouye, there exists a shadowy government with its own Air Force, its own Navy, its own fundraising mechanism, and the ability to pursue its own ideas of the national interest, free from all checks and balances and free from the law itself, he said. During the 67th Annual International Astronomical Congress in Guadalajara, Mexico, Elon Musk, the head of Tesla Motors and SpaceX, announced that not only are humans going to travel to Mars in the near future, but we're going to establish a colony on the surface of the red planet where people will live. However, all of this is not new, according to the secret space program whistleblower Corey Goode, who released a statement detailing human activity on Mars, saying that mankind has been on the surface of the red planet for a long, long time. Strangely, he's not the first or only one to have said that. Many people have stated that these accusations are not new, and there are documents from WikiLeaks, for example, which argue that humans and alien collaborations have been around for quite some time. In the statement, Corey Goode said, Mars was first visited by the Germans as far back as the 1930s, but during the 1970s, US space programs were actively exploring Mars and other planets to establish bases. In 1980, the US SSP became the Solar Warden. Under Project Solar Warden, vast development and colonization occurred on Mars and other planets. Goode continues, bases on Mars were built under the surface. But doesn't that sound crazy? Well, he's not the only one to have said that, and if we go ahead and take a look at the statement from Senator Daniel K. Inouye, we will realize just how profound this subject really is. There exists a shadowy government, he said, with its own Air Force, its own Navy, its own fundraising mechanism, and the ability to pursue its own ideas of the national interest, free from all checks and balances and free from the law itself. The funny thing is that according to several statements, humans have had the technology for space travel for a long time. According to William Tompkins, he said, during my tenure in the Navy, we discovered that the Germans had been inventing space technology since the early 20th century. The above statement from Tompkins corroborates comments made by Corey Goode, which have been tagged as ludicrous by many. And according to Tompkins, 3 are declassified documents that show German space travel technology. He even claims that they have worked within extremely classified think tanks, which created weapons for aerospace companies. In addition to Goode, the former NASA employee claimed that there were secret manned missions on Mars over 20 years ago. In an interview with Coast to Coast AM, a woman by the name of Jackie talked about humans on Mars, something that has been discussed among other alleged NASA employees for years. Quote, then I saw 2 men in spacesuits, not the bulky suits we normally use, but they looked protective. They came over the horizon walking to the Viking Explorer, end quote. So in addition to the above, a former Marine claims to have even worked on Mars. The retired officer, known as Captain K, pseudonym of course, said that not only have humans made it to Mars in the past, we have developed a secret space program and flotilla that operates in space. According to the former Marine, he was posted on the Red Planet for years, and his mission was to protect the 5 human colonies from indigenous life forms on Mars. According to Captain K, not only did he spend years on Mars, but he also served aboard a giant space carrier for 3 years. Reading the above statements and comparing it to what Senator Daniel K. Inouye makes you really wonder if all of the above is possible. The recently published press release tells us more about these secretive programs on Mars. Richardson, Texas, October 13, 2016. On Tuesday, October 11th, President Barack Obama wrote an opinion editorial via CNN.com announcing to the citizens of the United States that, quote, America has set a clear goal to send humans to Mars by the 2030s. We do what's possible before anyone else, end quote. The problem here is that during a November 2015 video with Gaia.com, whistleblower Corey Good from the United States Secret Space Program said, quote, there are humans already on Mars and it's been colonized, end quote. In December 1986, Good was recruited into the Secret Space Force SSP, UNSAP, Unacknowledged Special Access Programs, under Project Solar Warden. He was assigned to a research vessel in space to study the solar system from December 1986 to December 2007. President Obama and the U.S. government joins a heavy hitter list of private sector visionaries, such as Boeing CEO Dennis Muilenburg and Elon Musk of SpaceX, as they compete to make a historic dent in space. On October 4th, according to Bloomberg Technology, Muilenburg said, it's my company that's sending the first humans to Mars, not Musk. I'm convinced the first person to step foot on Mars will arrive there riding a Boeing rocket, end quote. So please leave your thoughts below in the comments. Thank you for your support. This is on Collective Spark by Myth and Mystery. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.